Hello everyone, I am at the Kaohsiung HSR station, which you might recognize at this point given the number of times that this has showed up in a vlog. But it's not Monday today like it usually is when I'm here. It's Saturday morning because last night I was just like, I want to do something spontaneous this weekend. So I decided to wake up and come to Xiaoliuqiu today, which is a small island that's just off the coast of southern Taiwan. And they have cool beaches and scuba diving and a few other water activities. So I'm excited for this. This is going to be a solo trip. It's my first time doing a full solo trip. I've done part solo trips before, like my Thailand trip, but I've never fully gone on a trip alone, so we'll see how this goes. I also booked a hotel this morning and I reserved scuba diving for tomorrow, so I'm excited because it's also my first time doing that. Anyways, I have to find my bus right now because I think it leaves at 1:30. It's going to take me to this harbor, and then from there I have to take a ferry to actually get to the island. Hello guys, I've arrived at the harbor in Donggang and my ferry leaves in 30 minutes, so I think I'm gonna get bubble tea or something to drink before then. It's such a beautiful day outside. It's super sunny. Okay, I got my tea. They had an option of almond jelly, which I never tried before, so I got that. And I don't know how I feel about it because it kind of dissolves in your mouth and it also doesn't have a very strong taste at all, but it's fine. It's just tea with this jelly. And then I also got an egg tart, which I'm not going to show you right now because my hands are way too full. I'm carrying a million things. But I'm going back to the ferry now so I can catch that by 3. Hello guys, I've arrived. You can see the background here. The trip was honestly a lot bumpier than I was expecting. I wanted to read a book on the ferry, and then as soon as it took off I was like, there's absolutely no way I'm gonna be able to do this. Oh wow, there's a temple over here, right back there. Anyways, I'm walking to my hotel right now. Everyone's on a scooter here, so I'm trying to make sure I don't die because this doesn't feel like the safest situation. Someone asked me if I wanted to rent a scooter as soon as I got here, and I said no, obviously, because I can't ride a scooter to save my life. So I'm going to be doing a lot of walking this weekend, but I think it's fine because the island is pretty small. It's just that there's no public transportation, and most people just ride around in a scooter. But my hotel is around 30 minutes from the beach, so doing a 30-minute walk right now, and then probably 30 minutes back. I'm not sure what the first thing I want to do is. I'm going to ask ChatGPT and see if it gives me any good recommendations, but I'll probably stop vlogging right now because there's a million scooters that I have to watch out for. Okay guys, when I said that I was just going to walk everywhere, I don't think I fully realized how this island is basically one big hill, and I've just been walking uphill for the past 15 minutes and I'm already so out of breath. So wish me luck. Okay, I'm gonna rant to this vlog right now because I have no one to rant to in real life. But I just got catfished by this hotel, which isn't really a hotel, it's actually a hostel. I knew something was too good to be true because it was only around $50 for 2 nights and none of the other options even came close to that. But it did say single room on the website and it said the whole hotel had a pool. And there was a shared bathroom mentioned there, but I don't really care that much about sharing a bathroom for 2 days, so I didn't think that part was a big deal. So I booked the place, showed up, and it turns out it's not a hotel, it's a hostel. Because when I walked in, the first red flag was the person who walked me to my room. It didn't have a room key, and she just walked directly to the room, and I was just like, where is she gonna get the key from? Turns out the door is completely unlocked, which seems kind of safe because you don't have to walk through any front desk to get to the hotel room. So literally anybody can walk in there while you're sleeping. So if I were anywhere but Taiwan, I'd probably be canceling and going somewhere else, but Taiwan is one of the safest countries in the world, so I think it should be fine. So hopefully I don't die these next couple of days. But anyways, we got into the room and I was wondering if there was a key to get in. And so I asked her, since this whole interaction was in Chinese, I kind of had to simplify the question and just be like, is there a key? And she was like, yes. And then she hands me one of the keys to the cubicles where you store your belongings in the hostel. And I was like, okay, well that doesn't really answer my question, but it also kind of did because it was implied that there was no key to get into the actual room. So anyways, I'm not thrilled about the fact that I'm staying in a hostel because I don't have my own room, which I was really looking forward to, and also the mattress is super thin, and it turns out that the pool that the hotel had isn't actually a pool. It's like one of those kiddie pools where like a few kids can go in at a time, and it's like obviously all for children. Like I'm not gonna go in the pool with the children. So yeah, it's not an ideal situation. So maybe that's why you should do your research ahead of time before booking a place. But we're gonna make the most of it. Next thing I did after I checked in, I changed into my swimsuit, and then I asked ChatGPT what I should do because I wanted to go to the beach, and they recommended a beach called Meiren Shatan, or Beauty Beach, and it's 10 minutes away. So that's where I'm going right now. So thanks ChatGPT. Okay, I've just been sitting here and people watching for a while, and then I went in the water. It was actually so cool because I was walking. It's kind of hard to walk in there because it's not like sand in the bottom. It's like bumps. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like bumps and rocks, and my flip-flops kept falling off. And then all of a sudden, I feel something very hard against my leg, and I look down and it's a sea turtle, and it's so big. It's like probably around 2 or 3 feet long, just like a huge sea turtle just swimming there, and I wish I brought my camera with me, but I forgot it. I'm gonna go back and see if I see any more, and I'll bring the camera this time. Okay, the other thing about this beach is that the ground is so uneven because you take one step and then you can go like either like a foot up or a foot down, and it's like not flat at all, but like, I don't know, it's like you never know whether you're gonna go up or down, so walking here is kind of hard. But I'm looking for another sea turtle and I can't find one, unfortunately. I think I might have to go a little deeper, but I don't know how much deeper I want to take this camera. Hello guys, I just finished hanging out at the beach and now I'm heading to the downtown area. It's around a 30-minute walk, and on the way I'm going to stop by Vase Rock, which is this famous rock that characterizes Xiaoliuqiu. So if you've seen a picture of the island, that's what you've probably seen. So I want to see that rock, hopefully at sunset. I think the sunset's in the other direction though, so it might not be the best views, but we'll see. And then I'll get dinner downtown because I'm very hungry. And I'll also check out what's in that general area because I saw a lot of cute shops and everything when I first got here. So that's what's up right now. Hello guys, so we finished dinner and now I'm walking back to my hotel, or fake hotel, or hostel. But dinner was really good. I had beef noodles, as you saw in that last clip, with this seafood-like sauce on top of it. It was delicious, so I'll put the name of the place in the description box in case any of you are here and want to check it out. Anyways, I'm heading back to the hotel. When I get there, I'll probably do some work on a fellowship I'm applying for. And then, I don't know, just chill for the rest of the night. There's not that much to do here once it gets dark. But I have been walking a lot today. I'm already at 20,000 steps and I have 15 minutes left of this walk. So I'll probably get some more before I get back, which is cool. But also kind of tiring because of all the hills. But yeah, I'm also wearing flip-flops, which is probably not the best for walking. But see you guys later. Hi guys, I'm recording here because I literally don't think there's anyone else here because I woke up this late. But it's 11. I couldn't sleep last night because this mattress is so hard, like you wouldn't believe. I had to take 2 melatonin, otherwise I couldn't fall asleep because of the mattress. So never stay in hostel again. But I'm excited because I have scuba diving today So I'm just getting ready to leave right now. I'm a little pressured on time because it's past 11 and I want to get breakfast at this restaurant before it closes at 12. And I also have to call my friend because he's planning a trip to Taiwan, so I want to talk about that. And then I have to go walk to the scuba diving place, which I think is another 30 minutes away. So right now I'm going to turn off this camera and get dressed and try to do all this very quickly. Okay guys, we're off. I'll talk to you later. I'll show you what breakfast looks like. So I had breakfast, as you saw in the last clip. It was traditional Taiwanese breakfast, which is always good. I had a dan bing, which is an omelet, and a shu bing, which is a hash brown. So it was great. And I was calling my friend the whole time and we were laughing a lot, so it was a good time. And as you can see, I'm just sitting outside in the hotel complex, but right now I have to go to scuba because that starts in around 10 minutes. I don't know exactly how much I'll be able to film there. I do know that they take some pictures of you underwater. I don't know their videos or not, but I'll probably be concentrated on the class, so I doubt I'll be able to do too much of my own vlogging. But I will insert in any of the clips I have here, and I will also review it once it's over. Hey guys, so I just got done with diving and I wanted to do a quick recap of what my experience was like in case any of you are considering doing the same thing. So I'd had zero diving experience before, so 100% beginner. So I got there, first thing they made me do was put on a wetsuit. I put it on twice because I put it on backwards the first time around. And then we took a scooter to get to the beach where we would be diving. Scooter ride was around 5 minutes. Most people had their own scooters. I didn't, so I just rode on the back of one of the instructors. And so everybody in the group, there's a group of around 5, was paired with a different instructor who would help you with the entire process. So first thing we did when we got to the beach was we got our scuba diving tanks on, which are basically oxygen tanks that help you breathe while you're underwater. And then they also come with a mouthpiece because you're only breathing through your mouth, and then you have goggles that cover basically your eyes and then also your nose because you have to make sure that stays dry so you don't get any water into your lungs. And we did a little practice just going very shallow into the water, almost as if we were snorkeling, so I could see how I felt with trying the mouthpiece out and everything, and I felt like I couldn't breathe at first, so we had to do a couple practice rounds. I think I was mostly just anxious about doing it, but then once you relax and you just breathe slowly, it's fine. And then she also taught me, the instructor taught me some hand signals that I could use to show that I was okay underwater because she was checking in throughout. And so she wanted you to give her a thumbs up to show that you were fine, or if you weren't, you could give like a so-so sign and then point to whatever was wrong, which was helpful because sometimes you also don't realize what's wrong until she checks in and you're like, wait, I have water in my goggles or whatever. And that happened a couple times, so we had to clear it out. Anyways, we went deeper into the water. I think the deepest we went was around 30 meters, and we saw so many cool animals. There were corals and a bunch of different fish, and I saw around 3 or 4 sea turtles, took some pictures next to them. The sea turtles are amazing. They're just like the ones I saw at the beach yesterday. And overall, it was just so cool to see what marine life is like underwater. It's almost like the kind of thing that you see in movies, but I didn't expect to see in real life. So it was sort of a surreal experience. And at one point we got so deep that the corals weren't there anymore and the bottom of the ocean transformed into this white sand beach, and so we were all standing on it and taking pictures. Oh, and the company was taking pictures and videos of you throughout, so every so often somebody would come by to you and your diving instructor and make you pose for a picture, which was fun. And the entire experience lasted around 30 minutes actually under the water. Then we got out and took the scooter back to the place and changed, and that was it. So since we last spoke, I got a little sea turtle, and I'm also eating some street food. This is a Xiaoliuqiu, or a scallion pancake, even though it looks a little different than some of the other scallion pancakes I had because it's kind of all rolled up. it's Sunset Pavilion. You can see the sun in the background, and it's going to be really pretty to watch it while it sets here. It was around an hour 15 minute walk, and my legs are pretty sore at this point. Like I've been walking so much today, but that makes it even more rewarding because I can't believe I finally got here. And the walk was also really pretty, so it was nice to just listen to music and have a relaxing stroll. Anyways, I'm probably going to sit somewhere over there and maybe journal a bit while I watch the sunset. Okay guys, I just had such an interesting experience. So it was around an hour-long walk from the Sunset Pavilion back to my hotel. First half of the walk was very nice because the sun hadn't fully set, and so I was just watching it. It was pretty. And then it started to get darker and darker, and the lights on the sides of the street disappeared, and so I couldn't see a single thing. There was an occasional scooter that would just drive by, but other than that, there were no people. And at one point, a stray dog walked out, and I couldn't see that it was a dog at first. So I'm like, is this a coyote? Is it going to attack me? And then I saw it was a stray dog, and it just walked away. But the whole experience was freaking me out a bit, and I also realized that I was so hungry and I hadn't eaten, and I was looking for restaurants, but it didn't seem like anything was open. Finally, I found this one place on the way back. It was around 20 minutes from my hotel, and I figured I may as well stop there because I didn't know if there would be any other places open closer to the hotel. So I stopped there, but it was kind of a cook your own food kind of restaurant, and all I saw was just a grill. And then the waiter who seated me told me that I could choose vegetables and put them on the vegetables and meats and cook them myself. And so that's what I did. And I put everything on the grill, but it was a little strange because it didn't feel like some of the things should belong on the grill. Like there was lettuce and ramen. So I put all of that on the grill because like where else do I put it? And then the other customers started laughing at me because apparently you were supposed to put that in hot pot, but I didn't see the hot pot. And so then they took the ramen off the grill and put it into the pot for me, and everyone was just laughing and talking to each other in Chinese. And then I don't know. None of the food tasted amazing though, because it was more like I was just eating these isolated ingredients that had no flavor to them. Like I ate an onion and some chicken and some other vegetables, but none of it was bad. And at least I got something to eat. I was a little worried that I wouldn't find anywhere. Anyways, I am still around a 15-minute walk away from the hotel, so I will keep doing that. It does look like there's more people now, so I'm 100% not as freaked out as I was before, because it seems to be a more populated side of town. And then the other thing I forgot to add to that story was that my phone has been dying this entire time, and I was so worried that it would die completely, so I couldn't look at Google Maps. So I didn't use it at all at the restaurant. I've just been avoiding using it as much as possible because I need to make sure that I find this hotel on the way back. But it's at 15% right now and going strong. You guys, I both look and feel like such a disaster right now. I am sore from head to toe, and I'm very excited to sleep in my own bed tonight. But right now I have to go to class, so I'm trying to take the bus this time around to avoid walking because apparently there's one that comes in 5 minutes. So hopefully it actually does show up. And then I'll have to take the ferry to Kaohsiung, teach there, and then head back to Taipei in the evening. So it'll be a busy day, but I'll do some reflection of my trip sometime later today. Hello guys, so I just got off my bus, but it wasn't really a bus, it was more like a car, and I was one of the only 2 passengers on there. Like I got on in the front seat next to the driver, and then there was one person behind me who was there with her cat, which was really funny, and he drove us all around the island, but it was still faster than any, like the short distance that I would have had to do walking was. And he gave us a tour, showed us all the landmarks, stopped and let us get out, and I practiced my Chinese with him because everything was in Chinese. So he asked me questions about the US and my job and how long I'd been here and whether I'd stay here longer, and I told him I really love Taiwan. And I don't know, like the whole thing was just very wholesome. And then I got out of his car and he's like, welcome to Taiwan, and it was nice. Anyways, now I got a scallion pancake And this is the same one I got yesterday because that place was just so good, so I had to get another one. And I have to go take my boat because I think it leaves in like 5 minutes, so I'm running really late. Hello guys, it's been a second since I last spoke to you all because I was in a rush to get to my class in Kaohsiung, but it just finished and now I'm walking back to the HSR station so I can go to Taipei. Overall, highly recommend Xiaoliuqiu. It's now one of my favorite places, if not my favorite place in Taiwan, and I had a great time. I'd also never gone on a solo trip before, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. It was nice to have some time to just be by myself and reflect on my life, so would recommend that as well. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!